Welcome to the Learning Quest channel. I'm your host Salim Akhtar Malik. Learning Quest is an educational channel that provides you quality learning on management and social sciences. It helps you in reinforcing your knowledge by adding to your learning that you gain in your respective university or college. You can get the transcripts or hard copies of the tutorials by contacting me on the email address flashed on the screen. The hard copies or transcripts are provided free of cost. Please subscribe to my channel. This is tutorial 5 of the organizational behavior series. In this tutorial, I'll talk to you about perception and individual decision making. After viewing this tutorial, you will understand what is perception, attribution theory, fundamental attribution errors, frequently used shortcuts in judging others, application of perception in organizations, and perception and individual decision making. What is perception? Perception is a process by which individuals organize and interpret their sensory impressions in order to give meaning to their environment. People's behavior is based on their perception of what reality is, not on reality itself. The world as it is perceived is the world that is behaviorally important. That's why they say perception is more important than reality. We will talk now about person perception, that is, making judgment about others. There is the attribution theory, which states that when individuals observe behavior, they attempt to determine whether it is internally or externally caused. Then there is the fundamental attribution error. It is the tendency to underestimate the influence of external factors and overestimate the influence of internal factors when making judgment about the behavior of others. Errors and biases in attribution. Self-serving bias. It is the tendency for individuals to attribute their own successes to internal factors while putting the blame for failures on external factors. Selective perception. People selectively interpret what they see on the basis of their interests, background, experience, and attitudes. Frequently used shortcuts in judging others. Halo effect. Drawing a general impression about an individual on the basis of a single characteristic. Contrast effects. Evaluation of a person's characteristics that are affected by comparisons with other people recently encountered who rank higher or lower on the same characteristics. Projection. Attributing one's own characteristics to other people. Stereotyping. Judging someone on the basis of one's perception of the group to which that person belongs. Specific applications of perception in organizations. First is employment interview. Perceptual biases of raters affect the accuracy of interviewers' judgments of applicants. Then there is the performance expectations. Self-fulfilling prophecy, also called Pygmalion effect. The lower or higher performance of employees reflects preconceived leader expectations about employee capabilities. Ethnic profiling, a form of stereotyping in which a group of individuals is singled out, typically on the basis of race or ethnicity, for intensive inquiry, scrutinizing, or investigation. Specific applications. Next is performance evaluations. Appraisals are often the subjective or judgmental perceptions of appraisers of another employee's job performance. Perceptions and individual decision making. A decision maker has to first understand the problem. He perceives the problem and thereafter makes that decision. So what is a problem? Problem is a perceived discrepancy between the current state of affairs and a desired state. It is a different matter how the problem is perceived by the decision maker. Thereafter he makes the decision. Decisions are choices made from among alternatives developed from data perceived as relevant. So this is the outcome. There are 6 steps involved in rational decision making. These are: define the problem, identify the decision making criteria, allocate weights to the criteria, develop the alternatives, evaluate the alternatives, select the best alternative. Decision making process in organizations. Bounded rationality. In bounded rationality, individuals make decisions by constructing simplified models that extract the essential features from problems without capturing all their complexity. Intuitive decision making. It is an unconscious process created out of distilled experience. Conditions favoring intuitive decision making are: a high level of uncertainty exists, there is little precedent to draw on, variables are less scientifically predictable, facts are limited, facts don't clearly point the way, analytical data are of little use, several plausible alternative solutions exist, and time is limited and pressing for the right decision. Organizational constraints on decision makers. These are: performance evaluation. Evaluation criteria influence the choice of actions. Reward systems. Decision makers make action choices that are favored by the organization. Formal regulations. Organizational rules and policies limit the alternative choices of decision makers. System imposed time constraints. Organizations require decisions by specific deadlines. Historical precedents. Past decisions influence current decisions. How to streamline decision making. Analyze the situation and adjust your decision making style to fit the situation. Beware of biases and try to limit their impact. Combine rational analysis with intuition to increase decision making effectiveness. Don't assume that your specific decision style is appropriate to every situation. Enhance personal creativity by looking for novel solutions or seeing problems in new ways and using analogies. That was all about perception and individual decision making. In the next tutorial, that is tutorial 6 of organizational behavior series, I'll talk to you about emotions and moods in context of organizational behavior. Till then, bye bye.